We welcome you to the second round of the Wichita Regional here in the 12th annual TBT tournament, live from Charles Koch Arena on the campus of Wichita State University. Tonight, we've got an epic encounter on our hands as the hosts. The AfterShocks are going to go take on Challenge ALS. This is a 2 versus 3 seed matchup that has the potential to be a TBT classic. Let's take a look at our bracket really quickly right here. We had an awesome matchup earlier in this building. Forever Cougs defeated Fire Family by a score of 82-69. Now they're going to have to play the waiting game as they look to see who their next opponent is on Tuesday. Will it be Challenge ALS or will it be the AfterShocks? That's why you're tuning into this game. You're going to get the answer momentarily. Hello again, everybody. My name is Christian Phileman, better known as Philly, and I am joined by the former captain of the Creighton Blue Jays, Nick Vaught. Nick, 2 versus 3. Both these teams had different roads on the way to this round, but this should be a fabulous game of basketball.
Well, this environment should be fabulous because, boy, does Wichita love their shockers. And you got the core of the AfterShocks still intact. Rashard Kelly, Marcus McDuffie, and Connor Frankamp are back. But I love the newcomers that the AfterShocks have recruited onto this roster. Most notably, Marcus Keene. He averaged 30 points per game in 2017 at Central Michigan. He can really fill it up and provide some scoring punch for the AfterShocks.
It's going to get real loud in this building, no question. A war in Wichita. They're going to take on a Challenge ALS team that really had to fight in their previous encounter against Austin's own. They were down by 15 and somehow clawed their way back into the ball game, but they have the firepower to come out of this regional and move forward en route to that $1 million cash prize at the end of this beautiful tournament's rainbow, $1 million.
Well, if you're looking at that guy right there, DJ Burns, yes, that is the March Madness legend from NC State leading the charge. Him and his old running mate, DJ Horn, as well for this Challenge ALS group. They erased not one but 2 double-digit deficits in that comeback win over Austin's own. This is a very talented team, but it begins and ends with that guy right there. How will the AfterShocks deal with him in the post?
Folks, we're going to step aside for a quick moment, and when we come back, we get down to the business of basketball. It's the AfterShocks taking on Challenge ALS, and it is live on FS1. You are watching the TBT, the basketball tournament. Back in a moment. TBT, the basketball tournament, is powered by Puma and by Or Health. Or Health, a daily pill to drink less or quit. And Purple. Purple, less pain, better sleep. We're back here at the Charles Koch Arena getting ready for tip-off. As you can see, the lights are off. Challenge ALS getting ready to take on the host, the AfterShocks. One thing that we know about Wichita is they love their shockers. They love their AfterShocks, a team that has had a great run in the TBT tournament historically, and I can't wait to get this one rolling.
Yeah, this is one of the best basketball environments in the country. And these fans are absolutely juiced up for this group to see if they can make a run. And they've made some runs. This is 6 TBT, 3 quarterfinals, and 1 semifinals. As you look at the starting lineups, you got the usual suspects, Frankamp, McDuffie, and Kelly. Marcos Santos Silva going to be important in defending DJ Burns and Marcus Keene. Again, 30 points per game in 2017 at Central Michigan. You got the NC State legends, DJ Horn, DJ Burns anchoring at the point and the center. Jazz Johnson can really shoot it. Michael Weathers, an excellent defender on the wing, and then Luis Rodriguez, he had the Elam ending winner over Austin's own and played a whale of a game in the opening round for Challenge ALS.
A whale of a game is an understatement. 19 points, 5 rebounds on 8 for 13 shooting. He was, dare I say, electric in the building that hosts a team called the Shockers. We're going to take a look at the Challenge ALS Elam ending. That was one heck of a game, Nick. You and I had the opportunity to call that. It was really a toss-up. Fantastic. Free throws were on the line. Austin's own led for a good portion of this game, but all it took was a simple flush by Luis Rodriguez. There you see it right there. 2 hands, thunders it home. Challenge ALS now gets to advance and be here tonight. And I'm not going to say it's going to be a beautiful night for them, because coming into this building, a place where you as a player lost the frequency to hear a certain decibel level, it's going to be loud, and hopefully you and I don't have to use the word, what did you say, often. Now, for those that are just tuning in for the first time, let's take a look at the TBT rules. 4 9-minute quarters. Players are disqualified after the 6th foul. We got FIBA goaltending rules and Elam ending implemented in all games. Of course, we're going to talk about that as we get closer to it. We jokingly have said that we thought Ball State's greatest contribution to basketball was Bonzi Wells. Oh, no. It's the Elam ending. The crowd here in Wichita is among the best in TBT. There you see some of the stats. Only Louisville has had better attendances in this TBT tournament. Wichita rules when it comes to creating a loud environment, and you of all people know how chaotic it can get for the opposition.
No doubt. Having played here twice in my collegiate career, it is an amazing environment, and that's going to be interesting to see how ALS handles the crowd. The first thing that goes when the crowd gets rolling is decision making. You got to have to take care of the ball if you're ALS.
Folks, in just a moment, Santos Silva and Burns are going to take the tip off, and we should be in a scenario where we really have a TBT Classic on our hands. Again, partner, I can't wait for this one to get rolling. Challenge ALS AfterShocks. There you can see the court here, the Devlin court. All right, folks, thank you so much for tuning into FS1. We've got a great game on our hands right here. The 3 versus the 2 seed here in the Wichita Regional. DJ Burns, North Carolina State legend, about to take the tip against the AfterShocks. Marco Santos Silva. And I can't help but stress how excited I am for this game. 2 versus 3, and really, I believe that one of these 2 teams do have what it takes to move on out of this regional. There we see the ball go into the Wizard of Wichita himself, Connor Frankamp. He had himself a great game. When you and I had the opportunity to call the AfterShocks' last game, one thing that I noticed was the attack was very balanced. Nobody really ran the score as far as the board was concerned. It was a total team effort. There we see Santos Silva with the putback. Grazes the front end of the iron. Rebounded by DJ Burns.
Nice tone-setting defensive possession for Challenge ALS. See if ALS wants to go to ball into Burns right away and see how Wichita State, AfterShocks, wants to handle him in the post. Going one-on-one right now.
Burns has such soft hands, but make no mistake of it, he's got a handshake that can crush a diamond. His shot toilet bowls out, rebounded by the AfterShocks.
I think you got to switch it up in doubling him, and you got to have to play one-on-one a little bit.
Keene with the drive down the lane, he's going to draw the foul. Marcus Keene wearing the number 4, had a fabulous game, 9 points and 2 rebounds. He was a big part of the AfterShocks' attack in their previous encounter against No Excuses.
One thing he didn't do is he didn't shoot it great. 1 for 5 from 3 in their opening round win, but this guy, that's not a typo. 30 points per game as a senior at Central Michigan. And he was the first player to do that since 1997. You're scoring 30 a game, you flat out know how to get buckets. And that's his role on this AfterShocks team.
Marcus Keene was the NCAA scoring champion back in 2017, like you said, averaging 30 points per game. That was the first time we saw that kind of a scoring champ dating back to 1997. As he hits his first free throw, it is now 1-0. Challenge ALS. Not only do they have to play a tough game, but one thing that they have to contend with is the 6th man. Connor Frankamp with the steal. Going in on Jazz Johnson. Connor Frankamp with the layup.
Certainly not known as a defender, but good high hands in the right place, gets a steal, and it's always good when a shooter gets a layup to go down early in a game.
Easy drive into the lane for Rodriguez. Rodriguez was dynamite. 19 points the last game. Keen's going to pull up for three. One thing that the Shockers didn't do, AfterShocks didn't do tremendous was shoot the three ball. Pull up three-pointer right here, and splash city for DJ Horn.
DJ Horn did not shoot the ball well in the opening round win. Just 2 for 10 from the floor. But you're talking about a guy that averaged 16 a game at NC State and made 88 threes as a senior. He can flat out score as well, so it's a good sign for Challenge ALS to get him on track.
Frankamp with the hesitation. The kickback up top to Keen. Keen with the pull-up. Three-pointer on the way. It's good! Marcus Keen buries the trifecta. And if the crowd gets into it, there's going to be a lot of people leaving this building with ringing ears. Jazz Johnson pulls up, rebounded by Santos Silva. He was a late addition to this AfterShocks lineup. Keen drives through, coast to coast. East side to the west side. Marcus Keen gets this crowd up and roaring. Pull up three-pointer, no good off the back end of the iron. AfterShocks looking to run. The pass into McDuffie. McDuffie pulls up with Jazz Johnson in his face. Rebounded by Weathers.
A good place to go to settle you down is Burns in the post. I can't emphasize that enough. When you have him on the floor, you got to get the big fella touches.
The pull-up for Horn, no good. Tip back to Santos Silva. Santos Silva, 6'7", out of Boston, Massachusetts. Played at Texas Tech. Very athletic player. Also played football in college, not only for Texas Tech, but for Virginia Commonwealth. Harnessing his inner Jimmy Graham. Keen pulls up. No good. Rebounded by Horn. Horn on the run. Trying to draw the foul. Shooter's touch, baby. He gets the bucket.
Huge to get him on track. They're going to need Horn to score at a high level if you want to keep on advancing in this tournament. It's a three to go down. He just got that look about him tonight. More aggressive, more in tune with what he's trying to do.
Frankamp over to Keen. See man-to-man coverage by Challenge ALS. The pass in to Richard Kelly. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Back over to Kelly. Kelly pulls up for three. No good. Rebounded by Jazz Johnson. The outlet. And Frankamp is going to draw the foul. Luis Rodriguez going hard to the hole, but Frankamp doing everything that he could, throwing everything at Rodriguez and the kitchen sink.
Well, that's smart, though. The kick-ahead pass, Rodriguez got a major size and athleticism advantage and sees it right away on Frankamp and takes it right at him and draws a foul.
Rodriguez hits his first free throw.
Big-time player. Ole Miss for 4 years, UNLV for 2 years. He's on the All-Mountain West Conference defense team.
Hey, Suggs, Jersey's in for me. Suggs, Jersey. Thank you, I appreciate it.
Another opportunity here from Rodriguez, 6'6" guard out of Ole Miss and UNLV. It's his second free throw.
Subs on the floor for the AfterShocks as well.
Folks, if you're watching on FS2, you're going to go to the Louisville Regional. Stay on FS1 for the Wichita Regional with AfterShocks and Challenge ALS. Rodriguez, two-handed dunk. Rodriguez, a fine performance to start this game.
Right now, the AfterShocks not overly comfortable in the half court offensively. I think the athleticism from ALS pressuring the ball has made a difference.
Drawing the foul in the paint is number 11, Chavez Goodwin. Goodwin, one of those new additions to go along with Nike Sabande, who's going to get ready to check into the game. James Woodard as well. 11-8 the score in favor of Challenge ALS. So Goodwin's going to have an opportunity here at the free throw line. The 6'9" small forward from Columbia, South Carolina. Played over at college in Charleston. Let's take a look at the AfterShocks profile right here. 6th TBT appearance. What a record. 12 wins, 5 losses. They're a team that consists of a lot of Wichita State alumni. Their key addition, Marcus Keene. And we look over at head coach Zach Bush. Zach Bush, a legend around these parts, was part of that 2013 Final Four team whose banner hangs in the rafters behind you and I. Just a lot of love for the Shockers program, and of course a lot of love for these AfterShocks.
Yeah, and Zach Bush was a walk-on, and you said it, beloved here in Wichita, has the respect of all the guys on the floor.
And Goodwin's going to be called for the foul on Jaleel Beaubrun. You're hearing a lot of the boo birds flying around here in this building. Let's take a look at that foul again. As that pass comes in, you can
see that left hand there, Billy, wrapped around that jersey at 31. An easy one for the officials.
Just trying to let the man know that he was right there in front of him. Driving through his Weathers against Frankamp. Easy bucket. 13-9 the score. We're under 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter. The kick out to Sabande. He pulls up. He hits. Just do it. I don't want to sound too cliche, but Nike Sabande with a swoosh.
Great play from James Woodard, too. Get a piece of the paint, kick it out for an easy rhythm three. The bench for the AfterShocks has a lot of talent and firepower and needs to loom large.
12 seconds on the shot clock. The pull-up for 3. No good. Rebounded by the Shocks. Goodwin on the run. Sticks with his dribble. Off the window. It's good. Coast to coast, we've seen that time and time again.
Looked like he was on the verge of losing the ball. Could have been a carry, but instead it's high off the window for 2.
And that's going to be a whistle. 14-13 the score with 3 minutes and 9 seconds. Nike Sabande with the three-pointer to put the AfterShocks up by 1. We'll be back in a moment. Stick around. We got a war here in Wichita.
Occurs on the 5th foul of each quarter. And finally, TBT uses the Elam ending. First dead ball with 4 minutes to go in the game. The game clock shuts off, and the target score is set by adding 8 points to the leading team's score. The first team to reach that target score wins.
Here's a look at the TBT past champions, brought to you by AARP. Join AARP and get instant access to member benefits. There you see here, Overseas Elite dominating this tournament. Carmen's crew, the current defending champions, they beat Forever Cougs, a team that we just saw earlier. And the way Forever Cougs look, they might make another run for that final.
Absolutely. It was a magical run a year ago for Forever Cougs. Revamped roster this year, but looked good in our first game, taking down Fire Family. But we got a good one early here in our nightcap. with the AfterShocks and Challenge ALS going at it.
Jazz Johnson getting ready to inbound the ball from the baseline. The field goal percentage identical for both teams. 5 for 10, 3-point field goal percentage, also identical at 33.3%, but the difference being that the AfterShocks do have one extra trifecta. Johnson driving through on Woodard. He pulls up for his jumper. It's good. Jazz Johnson, 5'10" point guard out of Portland, Oregon. Aziel, his name, which is defined as strength of God, and he certainly has a lot of strength. You see the young man's shoulders, pretty chiseled. Hammonds is going to pull up for three. Leighton Hammonds with the three ball.
Oh, man, Luis Rodriguez is down holding that left ankle. Like a pretty big collision trying to block out as that three ball went up. That would be a big one to monitor here. Hopefully Luis Rodriguez can kind of just walk it off.
He would be a devastating loss considering how much offensive output he creates. Not only from scoring, not only from rebounds, but obviously attracting attention. There we see the three ball by Hammonds. And there we see right at the free throw line, the collision. Looks like he went down. I believe it couldn't quite tell.
Left ankle.
Well, yeah, left ankle, but he's standing up and on his own 2 feet, so that's a good sign. Weathers driving into the paint, and he's going to draw a foul.
One of the things you're seeing early on is ALS, their athleticism putting the ball in the deck is giving the AfterShocks issues. And the AfterShocks going to have to either get in a stance, handle the dribble drive better, or you need to have some help and force ALS to knock down some threes. In the first game, ALS was only 6 of 27 from three. But whether it's Rodriguez or Horn or the Weathers twins, guys really, really are athletic, handling the rock and getting into the paint.
Weathers connects on his first of 2 free throw attempts. You want to talk about a Swiss Army knife of talent? Weathers, the other game, 16 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 blocks. He did it everywhere. Challenge ALS, of course, is here once again because they defeated Austin's own as AfterShocks gets the ball back. The team competing for ALS, Nick, run by Sean Marshall, player coach. Back in 2024, they made it to round 3, losing to Forever Cougs. What a statement would it be if they could get back to round 3 to compete against their arch rivals from last year. Sabande, rebounded by Trey Wade. 3 ball, it's good! From downtown, James Woodard electrifies this crowd, and a block on the other end. Shocks on the fast break. Over to Sabande. Sabande with space, the kick out to Woodard. Another 3. Toilet bowls out the rebound by Marcus Weathers.
This place was ready to erupt with that one, but the bench of the AfterShocks has really come in and made an impact. Woodard, Hammonds.
The kick back to Johnson. Johnson trying to make that sweet music, does not connect. Rebounded by Woodard. Passes in to Sabande. Sabande, who played in the TBT last year with Zoo Crew. Pull up 3. No good. Sabande, 6'4", out of Indianapolis, Indiana. Played pro recently in Turkey. You see Woodard marking Weathers. I say marking because clearly I've been watching soccer earlier. The pull-up 3 by Column. Rebounded. Goodwin. And now that's going to enable the AfterShocks to recoup and reset their offense as we're under a minute to go. Goodwin. The pass into the paint. Foul! And the basket! How do you like that? A great pass into Leighton Hammonds. 22-16 the score. What a bucket.
All because ALS didn't get matched up. Jazz Johnson on Goodwin, that's a mismatch. Help has to come, and you get a cutter. And Hammond's able to get it to go down. That was just a lack of communication. Starts it all from Challenge ALS, and AfterShocks makes them pay, distributing the rock.
Hammond, 6'8", out of North Richland Hills, Texas. You want to talk about a player that's got his passport stamped a ton of times? Hammond's traveling all over the world, and here in Wichita with a free throw.
He really was a good player at Oklahoma State. 120 games played, was a captain there. Guys just played a lot of basketball.
Pass into Burns. He has Santos Silva on him. Again, 2.7-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. Burns with the soft hands and the shooter's touch. 10 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. AfterShocks are going to be opting for the final shot. Sabande, screen set by Santos Silva. He's going to pull up for three. He hits! Nike Sabande with the tray as the first quarter comes to an end. The crowd here is electrifying. It is so loud here in this building.
But Philly, the bench for the AfterShocks have come in and made a huge impact. Nike Sabande, just a high ball screen. It's contested, but it doesn't matter. Knocking it down, getting the crowd up. Nice little surge from the AfterShocks.
Like, we don't need contested threes. We'll get whatever we want, right? We've gotten wide open looks that haven't gone in. We'll get whatever we want. If you want to get a shot, right? Just go into a ghost or go into a step up and pop. The drop is there all day. Hey, let's go zip punch. Zip punch. Jazz, you have the ball. Horn, you're in, right? Yeah. We're right there, fellas. Stay with it. Yep. Energy, energy, energy. Marcus, you're in, right? Yeah. Mike, you're here. Okay? Okay, bring it over. Zipper screen. Hit.
A couple times he could have burned us. Those guys do a really good job of cutting, exchanging. So just see both. You can't fall asleep. Down here, all right, good things happen when we get to a second, third action, when we get paint, touch, kick, okay? Don't get tired and then just stand. Get off of the ball, okay? Anything in ball screen, make sure you are screening the back pocket to dare them to go over, okay? Get there quick, guard. You got to attack downhill. We're setting them high and we're just waiting too long, okay? Stay with what we're doing. Let's get into something different now in transition. Let's either get into flow or an away. Flow or away.
Hey, defense. On the ball screen, take your guard one way.
Fall asleep. Down here. All right, good things happen when we get to a second, third action, when we get paint, touch, kick. So just see both. You can't fall asleep. A couple times he could have burned us. Those guys do a really good job. A couple times he could have burned us. Those guys do a really good job of cutting, exchanging. So just see both. You can't fall asleep. Down here, all right, good things happen when we get to a second, third action, when we get paint, touch, kick, okay? Don't get tired and then just stand. Get off of the ball, okay? Anything in ball screen, make sure you are screening the back pocket to dare them to go over, okay? Get there quick, guard. You got to attack downhill. We're setting them high and we're just waiting too long, okay? Stay with what we're doing.
In the huddle powered by Puma, you were just listening to AfterShocks head coach Zach Bush. Had a lot to tell his team, but he should be pretty thrilled considering they're on a 12-3 run in the last 3 minutes.
Yeah, and really the bench has been the difference. 18-0 bench points for the AfterShocks after that first quarter. I think that bench did a better job of what he was just illustrating there. Getting to that second and third action, not settling, not standing. Woodard, Sabande, Hammonds really did a nice job creating offense for the AfterShocks.
Burns utilizing that size against Santos Silva. Santos Silva, the former collegiate tight end, holding his own.
Yeah, he better be ready to rock, trying to battle DJ Burns in the interior. Doing a good job so far. But if Burns is on the floor, you got to continue to try to go into it.
The pull-up off the front end or the side end of the rim from DJ Horn. Sabande, who has Weathers on him, opts to go to Kelly. Kelly back to Sabande. Santos Silva, right around that right elbow. The bounce pass in. No foul, as Challenge ALS getting very handsy with the AfterShocks. Kelly to Hammonds. Hammonds pulls up for three. Hammonds hits!
He has really made a difference. 9 points off the bench, just movement, not standing like Coach Butch was talking about. That possession looked like it was dead in the water, but instead Hammonds flows to the ball.
It'll be fine.
Looks like it's going to be a foul on the floor.
Got Hammonds trying to fight B.J. Horn as he was running up to try to set an on-ball screen.
Rodriguez checks back into the game for Weathers.
Good to see him back out there. Remember, he turned that left ankle a couple of moments ago.
Johnson with the inbound. Santos Silva with the hands and the turnover. Fast break opportunity. Sabande going one-on-one. The kick out. Hammonds.
What a block. Weathers, good recovery. That pass was too late. It needed to get to Hammonds right away.
Horn double teamed. Burns wide open up top. Kicks it out to Weathers. Weathers is going to pull up uncontested. Shot no good. Rebounded by Sabande. We just see how hungry the AfterShocks are. I mean, two players going up for a rebound. They have an appetite for destruction here in the second quarter. Woodard pulls up with it. He hits! Splash City has been open all night long for the AfterShocks. What a tremendous statement from beyond the arc. AfterShocks struggled in this category on Friday night. Today, making a case as to why they need to continue on with home court advantage. Pull up three. Rebounded. Crowd starting to get into things. The sixth man, very intimidating here in this building. Sabande going one-on-one with the hesitation, draws the foul, and he's going to head to the free throw line.
James Woodard, Nike Sabande, and Leighton Hammonds have changed the complexion of this game. Uh-oh, look out.
Little extracurricular activity, but look, I don't fault these players. They're hungry. There's $1 million on the line, an opportunity to take on the runners-up of last year. I want to see it Chippy affair. I want to see both teams going at one another. It's passion. It's basketball. I was about to say college. It's not college, but it's basketball. What's better than basketball is passionate basketball, and certainly having a good time here.
Rashard Kelly's a tough dude, but I wouldn't want to challenge DJ Burns to any sort of altercation, but if there's one guy that's got the guts to do it, it's Rashard Kelly, that's for sure.
I want to talk about everybody on the court. I wouldn't want to challenge the refs. Everybody's intimidating to me on this court.
But in particular, that guy right there, DJ Burns, obviously that magical run that NC State went on. It was the ACC tournament MVP. Go on that run all the way to the Final Four. So cool to see him and DJ Horn here. Earlier today, we had Jawan Roberts from Forever Cougs from Houston on the floor, who was just in the Final Four with Houston a couple of months ago in San Antonio.
I mean, you talk about real cool. I mean, this entire tournament has been cool. 12th annual TBT tournament. The 6th time Charles Koch Arena has hosted. They obviously run that statistical category as far as the venue that's hosted this the most number of times. And look, the crowd here in Wichita loves it. Their AfterShocks team is putting on a good performance as Sabande hits his first free throw. TBT in full effect tonight here on Sunday.
Philly, when you graduate and you're done, oftentimes you give anything to put that jersey back on one more time. And the TBT allows a different version of that for guys like Kelly and Fran Camp and Marcus McDuffie to play in front of this home crowd. Just a really, really cool component to the TBT.
I mean, you have that experience putting on the jersey, a Jayhawk jersey, a Blue Jay jersey. The only jersey I have the experience of putting on is a fraternity jersey. Burns misses the rebound.
Boy, one-on-one defense on Burns has been solid so far.
Burns has had a rough time today, although 5 points. Keene, and he's going to head to the free throw line for a couple of attempts, a couple more plus one.
We've seen guards get so smart at that. When they come off ball screens, they'll stop the second they got daylight and rise up, because oftentimes as a defender, you're really screaming off that screen to try to get back in position, and so you run into him. Smart from Marcus Keene.
Keene currently on 6 points, 2 for 5 shooting. Hits his first free throw, now 2 for 3. Marcus Keene, such a talented player. We talked about his time in high school, 1,600 points. Played at Youngstown State, Central Michigan, NCAA scoring champ back in 2017. I think most recently he played in Russia, if I'm not mistaken.
He's a guy, he had 50 in a game against Miami of Ohio where he hit 10 threes. Just a 5'11" guy, just can really, really navigate and score with that big body.
Successful trip to the charity stripe for Keene. Score now 37-18 in favor of the AfterShocks. Challenge ALS. Quite shocked in the way that they've been performing thus far.
Well, keep in mind, though, Challenge ALS was down 11 in the first half to Austin's Own, made a comeback. They got down 15 to Austin's Own in the third quarter, made a comeback, and ultimately won. So they've been in this position before, and they've emerged victorious.
Folks, timeout on the court. We're going to step aside for a quick break. Come on back, 6:20 remaining in the second quarter. AfterShocks up 37-18 on Challenge ALS. Challenge ALS, a team with a great deal of experience. We talked about how all-time the AfterShocks are 12-5, but Challenge ALS, no stranger to this tournament, 13-6.
A year ago, fell to Forever Cougs in Houston in the third round.
And what a rematch that would be if it happens, but in order for that to occur, they're going to have to really chip into this lead. But they do have the capability to do so. Just when we thought that they were dead in the water on Friday against Austin's Own, they came back and just surprised us all. That, to me, was the TBT Classic thus far.
They've got to figure out some things defensively here. The AfterShocks have been terrific.
Keene spinning past Johnson. As we see Weathers getting ready to check back into the ball game. Couple of Weathers on Challenge ALS, make no mistake of it. Number 0, Marcus Weathers, alongside his brother, number 20, Michael Weathers. So you'll hear that name often. Inbounded to Connor Frankamp. Frankamp's going to pull up for 3. Rebounded by Goodwin. You see how high he elevated in the air. Frankamp to Keene.
Good recovery from ALS there.
Kelly muscling into the post. The kick out. And Marcus McDuffie's going to draw a foul. AfterShocks are going to have another scenario where they get to have 3 free throw attempts.
You said it. Fouling a jump shooter is one thing that's a no-no in basketball, especially when it's a three-pointer.
And with the way the AfterShocks have been shooting the rock from the charity stripe, 8 for 10, they've been collecting a fair amount of points here. First free throw attempt rattles out. McDuffie, great career in his own right, 6'8" out of Paterson, New Jersey. Played high school at St. Anthony's, coached by the legendary Bob Hurley Sr. Does not convert on the second one. Playing for Bob Hurley Sr., that alone elevates your basketball IQ.
Yeah, and your toughness, too.
Playing in that St. Anthony's gym. I mean, Jersey City, I had a condo in Jersey City. Jersey City is as tough as it comes in the United States, as is Marcus McDuffie. 20-point lead now for the AfterShocks. The pull-up from Rodriguez. He splashes.
Right now, ALS going small. A lot of athletes on the floor, a switchable defensively lineup.
Offensive rebound by Connor Frankamp. How often have we said that? He was in the right place at the right time. Not a lot of minutes for the Wizard of Wichita. At least not yet. Keene pulls up for three. Rebound goes to challenge ALS. Weathers on the run, coast to coast. No good. Loose ball, look at Connor Frankamp getting his hands on the rock. Keene pokes it away to Collum. Rodriguez, bounce pass behind. What a play!
Just craziness on the court right now. What hustle both ways.
If only I had a sound effect available, I would hit that Harlem Globetrotters button right now. That was a fun play.
Incredible. That's what this lineup for ALS is. They're athletic. They got to speed the game up here.
Kelly driving hard into the lane using the left hand. So let's take a look at that one again. Just a lot of bedlam, chaos, calamity there. Neither team able to handle the rock. Rodriguez goes down the bounce pass. Behind the back is an understatement. And Weathers,
I love it. He showed the goggles too. He knew what he was doing in the chaos. He knew where his running mate was.
High basketball IQ.
I suppose that's one way to put it.
Our 20/20 vision.
It certainly was high effort both ways. The biggest thing I like is that guy's ankle's clearly okay. I was worried just a moment ago for him, but he's back on the floor, moving around, dropping dimes, showing the goggles.
And he's going to be an important piece to challenge ALS.
You know what's a good pain reliever? An assist. And that'll make that ankle feel a little better.
I mean, you could easily take a graphic, cut the Advil thing, put assist.
Yeah.
Collum hits high off the back end of the iron. And we see Goodwin collecting another rebound. As the legendary Dick Vitale would say, the Windex man. Shout out to Dickie V, by the way. Into Kelly. Kelly with 13 on the shot clock. Pulls up. Rebound by McDuffie. McDuffie, bucket, and it counts! Marcus McDuffie with the position. Gets the offensive board. The bucket and the foul. Three-point opportunity for the AfterShocks. 41-23. We're going to take a quick break. Come on back. We got free throws ahead of us on the other end of this commercial timeout.
Marcus McDuffie, just right place, right time, pursuing the basketball through the contact for a chance for a three to Hardway on the other side.
Next Sunday on Fox with a historic three-peat on the line. Can Alex Palou become the fastest ever to lock up an Indy Series championship? Or will the Pack hold him off at Laguna Seca next Sunday at 3 Eastern, only on Fox? You want to talk about revving your engines with the electricity in this building? The Shockers, the AfterShock, are really putting the pedal to the metal as they lead this Challenge ALS side by a score of 41-23.
It's just been a total team effort, but I thought the bench, in particular Sabande and Woodard and Hammonds, really came in and ignited this big run for the AfterShocks. Look at those bench points, 26-0 in favor of the AfterShocks.
And McDuffie completes the three-point play, extending that lead to 42-23. Under 4 to go here in the second quarter. Pull-up three-pointer by Rodriguez. No good. The rebound, Connor Frankamp. And even with all that pressure, manages to get it out. Keene pulls up. And that's going to come out of bounds. It's going to go back to Challenge ALS.
And what's challenging now for Challenge ALS is DJ Burns is your most unique player, but because the way the game needs to change to, it's not catered to putting Burns on the floor and throwing into the post. They're trying to go athletic and speed the game up, and that's not Burns' style.
Weathers gets his shot swatted, but the foul's going to go against Goodwin. Yeah, I mean, we're seeing a track meet between these two sides.
But clearly, Coach Brandon Chambers, who's an assistant coach, by the way, for Will Wade at NC State, so you got a big-time dude on the bench for Challenge ALS. He's got a conundrum on his hand because he's trying to figure out the right lineup on the floor, and at least for the moment, he's going with some athletes and trying to speed the game up. But it's Burns is your most unique player.
Getting Burns on the floor, they would have to slow the game.
Yes.
AfterShocks have turned this into a track meet. Like you said, doesn't favor Burns' skill set.
But a lot of game left, so you can continue to throw the ball into him and chip away at this thing and establish him in the post. You got some flexibility with the lineup, going some full court pressure and some athleticism right now.
Pull back a little token pressure. DJ Horn lapses back with Marcus Keene. Dribbling the ball across half court. Pass over to Kelly. Sabande, newcomer to this AfterShocks squad. Talked about the history that they've had. He pulls up for three. Sabande, no good. The putback. Ball is loose. Picked right back up. McDuffie over to Kelly. Rashard Kelly for three. Ball is loose. I have to wonder how sweaty the ball might be because the season's hit. Both teams have had a hard time clinging onto the rock. The pass in. Excellent shot by DJ Horn.
Simple cut right to that free throw line. Good in-rhythm shot for DJ Horn.
6'2" point guard out of Raleigh, North Carolina. NC State Final Four. Also played at Arizona State and Illinois State. Professionally in Germany, playing over in Heidelberg.
Here comes the big fella, DJ Burns, onto the floor now. We've got final 2 minutes of this thing to see if you can't try to establish him in the post. The one thing Zach Bush has done a good job of, when Burns is in the game, he immediately has Marcos Santos Silva in the game to defend him because he's got the size and the strength to at least wrestle with him one-on-one in the post. So that's smart coaching by Zach Bush of the AfterShocks.
Zach Bush has his coaching career now at Mays High School. McDuffie's going to pull up from three-point land. Marcus McDuffie! Call him Marcus McTriple with that three ball. Three-pointers are raining down for the AfterShocks. Under 2 to go. Excellent spin bucket and the foul. Aggressive move by Marcus Weathers. Fancy footwork, excellent spin. Chance now to complete the three-point play.
Really good spin. The guys that use the spin move well, they continue going north and south as they're spinning east and west, if that makes sense. You have to continue to be heading towards the basket. That was a perfect example of it from Marcus Weathers, to continue to go forward even as he spins.
It was such a good spin, it messed up my equilibrium.
A little dizzy?
Not anymore, but at the time, yes. Weathers can't complete the three-point play. Rebounded by Trey Wade. Trey Wade had the game-winning free throws the other night, although it took him a mulligan. Screen set by Santos Silva on Keene. Keene, the kick out. McDuffie gets a shot stuffed. And that's going to come out of bounds, much to the chagrin of both Weathers brothers.
Weathers brothers flying around, though, blocking shots, saving it. Guys, really, really athletic.
Incredibly athletic. A lot of excellent athletes on both sides of the floor. The inbound into Santos Silva. Two sport collegiate athletes, speaking of excellent athletes. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Santos Silva spins by Burns. Does not get the roll that he wants. And that is a shot clock violation. We haven't seen many shot clock violations.
That was a great possession from ALS. It all starts, though, with Michael Weathers blowing up a handoff, getting this possession off schedule.
Ball comes into Rodriguez. Horn set the screen. Miscommunication as Trey Wade catches it. 2-on-1, the alley-oop. No! And Sabande floated to the heavens on that flush. Gets a hard foul. He got up really quickly. Like, I felt my gluteus maximus in pain just watching that.
This is a hard fall. Nothing malicious there, just trying to block it, but wow.
Sabande now at the free throw line. He's put in a very nice performance coming off the Pine Pony. 8 points. Perfect from the free throw line thus far.
Tell you what, Billy, some pretty good additions in Sabande, Kane, Hammonds, Woodard, even Santos Silva, very important for his role. A nice job rounding out this roster by the AfterShocks.
You and I had this conversation during the AfterShocks last game about that, how the core group is intact, but this could be, probably needs to be the year with all the core players getting older in age. Don't want to say age is a number, but certainly a factor. The kick out, Johnson over to Horn. Horn gets Sabande in the air. He pulls up for three. Rebound by Wade.
But that's smart, though, from Sabande. He broke Horn's rhythm by at least just making him shot fake and put it down. It broke his rhythm a little bit, and he missed the shot.
Keene's going to pull up for three. Rebound picked up by Santos Silva. Such a smart play, bouncing it off of DJ Burns. Santos Silva, we stressed it before, we'll stress it again, a late addition to this AfterShocks lineup. I didn't have him on my roster till, I don't know, Wednesday, Thursday-ish, whenever the deadline was. But he's been a big factor in the AfterShocks success here in this TBT tournament. Zach Bush is going to call a timeout for the AfterShocks. We're going to take a TO as well. Come on back, 25.9 remaining here in the second quarter. AfterShocks up 46-29. Zombie Nation playing on the loudspeakers here at Charles Koch Arena. The team that hasn't been zombified, though, is AfterShocks, currently up on Challenge ALS. Santos Silva over to Keene. Keene almost bobbled it as he's defended by Johnson. Passing to Sabande. Johnson doing a good job getting back, preventing Sabande from driving through into the paint. 6 seconds, 5 on the shot clock. And that's going to stay on this side. It's going to have to be a quick catch and shoot. About 3 seconds left on the shot clock. Less than 11 seconds remaining on the game clock.
3.6 on the shot clock. You can put it down on the deck once or twice.
Santos Silva.
He had plenty of time.
He did. 5 seconds. Quick attempt here for Challenge ALS. Santos Silva with the defense, atoning for the sins of missing the attempt. Keene almost hitting that as the game clock expires. What a first half we've had, a track meet of sorts, as the AfterShocks go into the break up on Challenge ALS by a score of 46-29. Thoughts on the first half, partner?
Big time performance from the bench, in particular from the AfterShocks. I thought they were the catalyst to blow this thing open, but they shot the ball well, 8 made threes, really just controlled both ends of the floor, took DJ Burns out of the game. Very, very impressive first 2 quarters from the AfterShocks.
Folks, we're going to head into the break. It's halftime. Sunday Fun Day. Come on back. More basketball to be had here from the Charles Koch Arena on the campus of Wichita State University. Philly and Nick back in a moment. Shoot, what's this thing called? This is, the keeper of the plains. Got it. All right. Yep. And then I got a break, too, because I got to go to the baño as well. All right. Taking a look at the keeper of the plains here in Wichita Fire. The display that you're seeing is called the Ring of Fire. And the team that has been on fire is the AfterShocks, currently up on Challenge ALS by a score of 46-29. Stick around, more exciting basketball to be had here, live from Wichita. Taking a look at the keeper of the plains here in Wichita Fire. The display that you're seeing is called the Ring of Fire. And the team that has been on fire is the AfterShocks, currently up on Challenge ALS by a score of 46-29. Stick around, more exciting basketball to be had here, live from Wichita. Halftime here at Charles Koch Arena in the Wichita Regional. There you see the score. AfterShocks leading Challenge ALS by a score of 46-29, but still so much basketball to be had. My name's Christian Filliman. I'm better known as Philly. That's Nick Baugh. They call him Slick. Slick, we've had some fun today. The crowd is being electric. The host team, the AfterShocks, are really taking care of business, but we still have so much more basketball to be had.
Yeah, but the first half was really impressive from the AfterShocks. It was a total team effort. Everybody that played contributed, and I thought the bench in particular was the difference in that first half. 27-2 bench points in favor of the AfterShocks, but dominated the glass too. I think that's really important as well. ALS did a good job on the glass against Austin's Own in their first round win, but plus 11 on the glass, 8 of 24 from three. A lot of good things from the AfterShocks.
Halftime stats are brought to you by Purple. Purple, less pain, better sleep. Sleep is something that we're not going to have because we got another half of basketball on the other end of this break. Stick around. AfterShocks 46, Challenge ALS 29. Plenty more basketball to be had. You are watching the TBT on FS1. TBT, the basketball tournament, is powered by Puma and AARP. Join AARP and get instant access to member benefits. cotton candy sweet to go. Let's get this third quarter on and let's roll. Yes, I know that's corny, and if I be any more cornier, I'll be all ears, but I just heard that song, and I'm pumped right now. Start of the third quarter here between the AfterShocks and Challenge ALS.
Well, you worked at a lot of 90s movies the other day on our broadcast. Only fitting that you'd work in a 90s song there. So, well done, sir.
I appreciate that. No Austin Powers references yet, but the key word being yet.
Yes. Well, let's see if ALS, who climbed out of a 15-point hole in their first-round win, can do it again here and come from behind to win. They're going to have their hands full because the AfterShocks really looked good in that first half.
21 points was the biggest lead of the game, but we know that Challenge ALS has what it takes to claw into this lead. The man that's going to do it, 42 for Challenge ALS. DJ Burns going to have to get into the game there. You see him with his hands on the ball. He pulls up. He hits.
He's got to get rolling. And he was just a non-factor. 1 for 3 from the floor. Just didn't make an impact at all.
Wide open McDuffie. Badly shot. Transition, Johnson. A tactical foul, if you will, by the AfterShocks.
You have to establish DJ Burns. He's just too good of a player and too important of a player to be as quiet as he was in that first half.
Not to mention his shoe game is pretty strong.
Very colorful.
Johnson into Burns. Burns using his size. He pulls up. Oh, almost a goaltending scenario right there.
You can do that. It's the FIBA goaltending rules. You can take it off the rim.
Great defense by Weathers, altering the trajectory of the shot by Keene. Foul drawn in by Kelly.
Very smart from Kelly, wasn't it? That ball was going down.
We've said it a time or two. High basketball IQ.
Yes.
For the folks at home wondering what IQ stands for, intelligent quotient. We're here to inform, educate, and entertain.
I'm just glad you didn't quiz me. Please notify me if you're going to quiz me at some point.
During the break, I'll let you know.
All right, let me know it's coming.
Rashard Kelly hits his first free throw.
I can't get over how smart that play was from Kelly. That was going to go down from DJ Burns. It's going to be a back-to-back basket scenario for Burns instead. No basket, and he gets two the other way.
48-31 the score. The pull-up by Johnson. Splash. Felt a bit of that water from that splash. Hit me right in the forehead. Excellent shot by Johnson.
More of a three-point shooter. But certainly capable of getting in the lane, hitting the mid-range as well.
The pass into Kelly. Kelly with Rodriguez on him. The kickback. Keene.
Good closeout from Johnson.
Fades away, turns around, the spin, the putback. See a lot of athletic bodies from the AfterShocks attacking the window. Weathers does not get the roll coast to coast. I have to double check to see how many rebounds Frank Camp has. In transition.
Philly, that all starts though because Santos Silva defended that layup without fouling. That got the transition party started. Great sequence from Santos Silva.
The pull-up from Burns, starting to feel it.
Yes, and that's the thing about him. You'd much rather see him utilizing that big body, but he's got touch. You've seen him knock down two little 15-foot face-up jump shots.
Looking over at the bench, Zach Bush is going to put in Goodwin and Sabande. Wanting to up the tempo here. Santos Silva drives him in the paint, and he's going to get called for travel.
It was the bench that really was the difference in the first half. So Zach Bush wasting no time. And now this will be interesting. There's been very few instances where it's been Chavez Goodwin defending Burns one-on-one in the post. See, just easy call for the official. It might have been 4 or 5 steps.
Johnson driving in. Excellent layup using the left hand. Swashbuckles his way into 2 more points. Lead now to 13, almost another turnover. Kelly almost lost a step. McDuffie on the baseline. The pass into Goodwin, taken away by Horn. The pass into Rodriguez. Horn driving in. He pulls up. The rebound by Goodwin. Keene with the crossover past Johnson. Johnson's going to get called for the foul.
I think he wanted to, just like Keene did it a moment ago. Take foul there.
Another fun factoid for you about Johnson. Second team Mountain West in 2020. He's the sixth man of the year in the conference a year prior. Jazz Johnson making some sweet music during his collegiate career. We're going to do so again, extending his time in the TBT.
He made 252 threes in his career at 42%. That is elite three-point shooting.
I can't even wrap my head around that stat. That's unbelievable. Thought about pulling up right there. Feels as if every time you and I have mentioned something, the aforementioned player does something, whether it be DJ Burns scoring a bucket or potentially Johnson pulling up for three.
Burns now on the bench, so Brandon Chambers trying to shuffle Burns in and out of the lineup. Keep in mind, the lead was 21 at one point for the AfterShocks.
Pull up for Column. That rattles out. Picked right back up by Sabande. Sabande, he along with Keene have been really running the floor general responsibility with Connor Frankamp sitting on the bench. Sabande for three. He hits. Nike Sabande with the swoosh.
It all starts because there was a mismatch with Hammonds on Horn in the post. You had to dig off of Sabande, and he's able to rise up and knock it down.
Officials letting them play. It looks as if Keene got away with a couple of fouls. Horn getting two defenders in the air. DJ Horn sounding the alarm here, getting two defenders, putting them on ice skates, burying the jumper. Sabande with the drive, drawing the foul.
DJ Horn putting on a ball fake clinic here. Shot fake, dribble, shot fake, kept his feet, knocked it down. Just a big-time sequence from a big-time scorer in DJ Horn.
I know you never want to let a shooter shoot, but sometimes you got to stay on your feet. He jukes two defenders.
And the AfterShocks, they're doing what they need to do in terms of running at him and trying to break rhythm. You got to have extra effort, somebody else running at the basketball.
Shooter's touch by Rodriguez. That one felt like it spent, you could count two Mississippi by the time that one fell through.
Hung, didn't it?
We're all gasping. The pass into Weathers. Weathers over to Rodriguez. Rodriguez gets fouled hard in the paint by Kelly. Rodriguez heading to the free throw line, where he's been 100% today at 2 for 2. I know we stressed the balanced attack of the AfterShocks, but challenge ALS as well. I mean, DJ Horn leading all scorers on that side with 10, but Rodriguez putting in a nice effort with 9. Johnson Burns with 6 a pop. We'll scratch that. 2 players now in double figures for challenge ALS. Successful trip to the free throw line. 55-42 the score. Full court pressure applied by challenge ALS. The inbound in the Kelly.
Very close to a 5-second call.
You could argue that Kelly utilized the luck of the Irish to find himself some free space there. The pass into Goodwin. Goodwin nowhere to go. Sabande.
That's a heck of an explosive take from Nike Sabande.
It's an explosive first step. If you blinked, he was gone. Now you see him, now you don't. The Sabande Houdini move.
Great catch from Goodwin, too, there.
Collum pulls up, and Tavion Collum registers his bucket here in the second half. 6'9" power forward out of Memphis, Tennessee. It's a 4-star prospect and finalist for Mr. Tennessee when he was in high school.
And he's coached by Brandon Chambers at McNeese.
Now, speaking of McNeese, somebody on the Pine Pony who we haven't referenced is Amir Khan.
Yeah.
Aura. Making waves, going viral. Coming out with that boombox with McNeese State.
Yeah, he let him out in the TBT, too, with the boombox. That's just a given if Aura is involved.
What, first student manager to sign an NIL deal? He's going to be taking his talents to NC State. 3-point attempt on its way, and it's good. take a look at Leighton Hammond's getting high fives from his teammates on the bench. Weathers, what a tough shot. That was not easy by any stretch of the imagination.
That's off of a made basket, shot out of a cannon the other way. Just a couple of seconds later, he's shooting a layup.
Shot out of a cannon, guns a-blazing, he connects. The lead now, 14. Keene pulls up for three. Rebounded by Rodriguez. Luis Rodriguez, the pass in. Foul on the floor, that's going to be assessed to Goodwin. We're going to head to a quick break, folks. 60-46 the score. Still plenty more action in this war in Wichita. In America, and it's showtime as Shohei Ohtani leads the Dodgers against the Red Sox, or the Guardians take on the Royals. Check local listings for the game in your area Saturday at 7 Eastern on Fox. We know that Wichita State loves their Shockers, but the team that does have a national title is the baseball team, 1989 national champions. The roster that they filled throughout the years, Joe Carter, a multi-time World Series winner with the Toronto Blue Jays. We walked by X Stadium earlier. They've got a nicer field than I'd say a lot of AAA ballparks do.
Yeah, it's a beautiful ballpark. Really, the whole campus here at Wichita State is gorgeous. Just an amazing host here inside Charles Koch Arena, one of the best basketball arenas in the country.
Weathers misses the first. No, I'll agree. This is my first trip to Wichita, the biggest city in the great state of Kansas, and I'm just enamored by how awesome the facilities are around here. Basketball, baseball, softball, tennis. Both free throws missed, but a great offensive rebound by Ontavion Collum. That's going to stay on this side of the court. 19 seconds remaining on the shot clock. 2 minutes 17 remaining in the quarter. This game largely dominated by the AfterShocks. Challenge ALS desperately looking to get into the ball game. The turnaround, the pull-up. Offensive rebound for Challenge ALS. Operating as the Windex men, they get another opportunity here. DJ Horn with the triple.
Well, because Santos Silva is not on the floor for the AfterShocks, the second Burns touches the ball, a double team comes, Burns makes the right read, and Horn drills it.
Adjuster treble, Horn with the triple. The pass in. Goodwin under duress. The pass to Woodard. He's going to draw a foul. Keene 20/20 vision on that pass as Woodard was cutting through, finding space. He's going to head to the free throw line. James Woodard, 6 points on the night. 2 for 3 shooting. Both buckets made from beyond the arc. His first trip to the free throw line.
Really, all of the shot making has been with Woodard and Sabande and Hammonds.
So, challenge ALS, they trailed by 15, and yet they managed to win by 2 in their last game against Austin's own. Tonight they trailed by as much as 20, and they're only down by 11, so by no means is this game over.
No. It just feels like ALS is hanging around and hanging around.
And that's all they need to do is keep that door cracked open ever so slightly heading into the fourth quarter and the Elam ending, which we'll talk about when we get to that stage of the game. Weathers pulls up for 3. Marcus Weathers makes it rain. The lead is now under 10, 61-52. We told you to stick around because this could get entertaining. It's absolutely getting entertaining. Will challenge ALS find deja vu all over again. Knight and Sabande with the right.
Talk about a great hesitation, change of pace.
Weathers gets his shot swatted. That's going to be a foul assessed. And haven't seen anything flying in this building, but the Boo Birds are out yet again.
The AfterShocks have done a poor job sprinting back in transition at times. And head of steam, well, that's a tough one. Boy, I don't see much there, Philly. The body or on the arm. But Weathers is at the free throw line.
Weathers trying to cut into this lead further. His first free throw attempt, no good. Struggled a little bit here in these late stages from the charity stripe. But every single opportunity counts here for challenge ALS. The talent is there, but the mental game is equally important. And chipping into this lead, the further and further you get, it's very important. Misses them both, but another rebound by Column.
They say there's no such thing as a makeup call, but I don't know if there was a lot there. So you can walk down and shoot free throws the other way.
63-52 the score. Heading to the free throw line is Leighton Hammonds. Hammonds 1 for 1 from the charity stripe. He's the second leading scorer for the AfterShocks today. 12 points on 4 for 7 shooting. He's been dynamite from beyond the arc. First free throw attempt off the back end of the iron. Every single miss from that scenario just lets that door open for challenge ALS. Take a look at head coach Zach Bush of the AfterShocks. Man who's been known to make some free throws from time to time in his career. It's a great pod to listen to, the TBT podcast. They did an interview with Zach Bush recently. A lot of great things to say and a tremendous amount of pride for this Wichita State program and the AfterShocks. Driving through his Weathers. The kick out to his brother Weathers. Over to Horn, Santos Silva on him. Santos Silva muscling him. Burns gets the basket.
Pretty fleet of foot at 275. DJ Burns, what a spin.
That mountain of a man muscled his way into 2 more points. 54-64. About 2 or so second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. The kick out, wide open 3-point attempt. It's good! Leighton Hammonds hammers home another 3. 10 seconds. Horn. Excellent defense by the AfterShocks. The driving by Rodriguez. Jordan S. Burns. Foul with 2.5 ticks remaining in the game clock here in the third quarter. DJ Burns heads to the free throw line.
What a play on the other end from James Woodard. Getting pressured by DJ Horn, able to handle the pressure, get into the paint, find Hammonds for a 3. But we said right at the start of this third quarter that Burns needed to get involved in the game, and he's gotten involved in this third quarter.
And that's his first free throw attempt. looking to convert on his second. Does not go. 2.5 seconds. AfterShocks are going to hold on. And we're going to head into the fourth quarter with the score 67-55, a 12-point game. A hill easily climbable for a challenge ALS. Stick around. More to come here on FS1.
Hey, just be a little bit more solid. Be a little bit more solid.
Right here, money corner. Let's get it. Yep, let's dig in.
Horn, you have the ball here.
Yep.
I'm going to go double away. Marcus, you're here. Mike, you're here. Burns, you're here. Okay? Lou, you're here. Go double away. Come off. If you can touch it, meaning hit it back, that's great. If not, Mike, just curl it. Go to the corner. Burns, I want to try to get you a touch at the elbow, okay? If it's there, if the touch action's there where you can touch it back, drive it downhill, great. I want you guys to try to go get him. If not, Marcus, get out, get a catch at the elbow. We just play out the splits. You got it? Guys, we're right there. What did I tell you? We start getting stops, right? We start guarding. They're going to miss shots.
Hey, everybody, empty the gas tank, bro. Don't leave shit out there. Empty that bitch.
Every possession's $1 million.
Hey, no wire right now. No wire right now. Five. No wire right now.
Hey, when we're getting stops, we're getting it out in the open floor. Attack the rim, but if there's already bodies there, attack it to look kick out. We've like even on your guys, we're right there. What did I tell you? We start getting stops, right? We start guarding. They're going to miss shots.
Hey, everybody, empty the gas tank, bro. Don't leave shit out there.
Touch it, meaning hit it back. That's great. If not, Mike, just curl it. Go to the corner. Burns, I want to Burns, I want to try to get you a touch at the Burns, I want to try to get you a touch at the elbow, okay? If it's there, if the touch action's there where you can touch it back, drive it downhill, great. I want you guys to try to go get him. If not, Marcus, get out, get a catch at the elbow. We just play out the splits. You got it? Guys, we're right there. What did I tell you? We start getting stops, right? We start guarding. They're going to miss shots.
Hey, everybody, empty the gas tank.
Very cool, calm, and collected huddle from head coach Brandon Chambers there, wanting to get DJ Burns a touch, but most importantly, reminding his guys, hey, we're right there. They've chipped away at this thing. The lead was 20. It's down to 12. Keep in mind, they trailed by 15 in their opening round game and emerged victorious.
Let's see if they do give DJ a touch here. And there it is. He's in a AfterShocks sandwich. Dribbles his way out of trouble, picks up his dribble, diverts over to Rodriguez. Santos Silva nearly takes that away. On the floor, looks like we've got a jump ball. Possession arrow favors the AfterShocks.
Yeah, what a possession from Santos Silva. Handling Burns, hedging that screen. That was a beautiful sequence from Santos Silva.
He's been an excellent defender, and he's really held down DJ Burns as best as he could. Burns still, though, 9 points on 4 for 7 shooting. The one soundbite that I picked off from what we heard during the break is every possession is $1 million, and that's true. If I had $1 million. Wade into Santos Silva with Burns on him. Santos Silva giving DJ Burns a little bit of a how's your father on that turnaround.
Well, keep in mind, this guy that started every game as a senior at Texas Tech, so he knows a thing or two about dealing with high major players like DJ Burns.
Rodriguez pulls up the three. Rebounded by Woodard. Not sure if you caught it, but I did slip in my Austin Powers reference there.
Oh, I got it.
Okay, making sure the pass to Hammonds. Oh, what a dime distribution that would have been.
A mismatch here. Burns on Sabande.
Santos Silva with the quick spin. Does not get the roll. Picked right back up by Burns. The outlet into Weathers. Over to Horn. Horn, who's leading Challenge ALS in points with 13. 3 for 7 from beyond the arc. That's going to stay on this end. Johnson and Collum are going to check back into the ball game. Burns is going to get a quick rest before we get closer and closer to that Elam ending. And it looks like both teams are going to head over to a TO to redress and reassess things.
30-second timeout from Challenge ALS. Every possession so important.
Taking a look at a live look in LA Ignite against Team 901, 59-69 the score. LA Ignite wearing that Coastal Carolina blue.
And how about the upset that unfolded earlier? The Bill goes down to sideline cancer. In some ways, from a home court advantage standpoint, blows this whole tournament open as the Bill, they were the fastest region to sell 4,000 tickets. They were going to have home court advantage for the whole tournament, but now it is La Familia, the Kentucky alumni team, that has home court advantage potentially if they keep on winning.
What a battle they had earlier. Collum turns around.
Santos Silva is having a great quarter.
He's leading great quarters. Hammonds and Sabande in the third, 16 points between the duo. Rest of the Shockers only with 5. Woodard, Johnson hand checking him. Miss the old hand checking days of the 90s. Hammonds. Over to Woodard. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Not sure if he's aware. He pulls back, and he's going to draw a foul on Collum. Utilizing his inner Jalen Brunson to draw that foul. Tavion Collum not happy.
Take another look at it, understanding that Woodard was, shot clock was winding down, and just a silly play from Collum. You got to be able to contest without hitting the body or the arm. And now James Woodard, who scored over 1,800 points in his career at Tulsa, is at the free throw line.
Collum in foul trouble with 5 at the moment. As a reminder, 6 fouls is what it takes to foul out of the ball game. He's sitting with 5, Jazz Johnson with 4. Being that there's 6 fouls, nobody on AfterShocks really in trouble. But you have a couple of players with 3 apiece. Chavez Goodwin and Leighton Hammonds. DJ Burns comes back on for Collum. Burns has done a pretty good job keeping himself out of foul trouble, only with 2. And the free throw is good. 71-55 the score. Getting closer and closer to that Elam ending. So a reminder, every game ends on a game-winning basket. We'll remind you of those rules momentarily. Look at DJ Burns, but elevating into the air. Nike Sabande pulls up for 3. Bucket, and it counts. A 4-point play. What a huge basket by Nike Sabande. Good golly almighty, a 4-point play here.
Another mental mistake, just a little high ball screen. Burns tardy to the party, and he pays the price as Nike Sabande with a chance for a very rare 4-point play. So 2 mental mistakes from the Challenge ALS bigs, fouling 3-point shooters, potentially changing the complexion of this game here as we inch closer to the Elam ending.
That free throw is good. That puts the score up to 20. Well, 75-55, they'll lead to 20.
That 12 at the end of the quarter.
Tough shot by Johnson. Weathers loses that one. You could see him batting the ball in frustration. Lucky to have not gotten a technical foul there.
Yes, good control and restraint from the officials. But that almost should have been an automatic technical foul.
I think we saw basketball get booted into the air at the conclusion of one game. That had the same exact height and elevation.
Frustration, but you got to be able to control your emotions a little bit. But I like the restraint. There's $1 million on the line.
The officials have done a darn good job officiating in every game that you and I have had the honor and privilege of calling. Sabande, pull up, another 3 attempt. Rebounded by Challenge ALS. Weathers trying to go coast to coast, draws the foul. Weathers going to head to the free throw line. He's had a, not that Weathers, but Michael Weathers, 3 for 4 from beyond the arc. His brother Mark is struggling a little bit from the charity, 0 for 6. Weathers with 7 points. First free throw attempt, off the mark.
Got some superstars here. Grady Dick of the Toronto Raptors in the house. It's his hometown. The offseason, obviously. Was a star as a freshman at University of Kansas. Pretty cool for him to be here. He's been shaking everybody's hands, taking pictures. A big time player.
Big time indeed, playing for those Toronto Raptors. Fine athlete. Good win. Jump ball. And that possession arrow is going to favor Challenge ALS.
The biggest thing that the AfterShocks have to understand is for the next 5 minutes and 32 seconds, they have to be ready to handle the basketball, because ALS is about to pin their ears back and come after them with their athleticism and pressure and trapping.
Trey Wade with the defense on Johnson, nearly forcing a 5-second violation. Wade got a lot of playing time towards the end of the first game that AfterShocks had against Austin Zone. Weathers with the Euro step, gets the roll. That Euro step perfected by former NBA great Sarunas Marciulionis. It's a name I haven't thought of or said in a long time. Sabande, Rodriguez. Getting away with a couple of reach-ins there. Sabande looking over at the official.
Where, and Brandon Chambers is saying, just calm down. Rodriguez had Sabande in a bad spot. Bail him out with a foul. You love the effort. The effort's fantastic. Did everything right, just at the last second got a little too physical.
Sabande's going to head to the bench to cool off momentarily. Don't want those tempers to flare, not with every possession being equivalent to $1 million. The pass in to Hammonds. Hammonds with space, fades away. Does not get the roll, ball is loose. Offensive rebound, Chavez, good win.
4-on-1, and the one comes away with it. Chavez Goodwin.
Take note of that, kids. That's the way you box out. That's the way you rebound. 77-60 now the score. The spin, Weathers. Foul on the floor. About 32 seconds away from the Elam ending, where that game clock is going to end. But not the shot clock, of course. That shot clock, 10 seconds. Pull up three is good. What a shot from basically NBA range by Michael Weathers. Put on your umbrella. It's starting to rain as far as Michael Weathers is concerned.
See if they'll want to call a timeout when this thing gets under 4 minutes. Just try and chew the clock, call timeout. Attack.
Gets called for the charge. Offensive foul against the AfterShocks.
It's going to be a difficult scenario because if you're going to call timeout, you're going to have a lot of time on that shot clock. But nevertheless, you wanted to probably trigger that Elam ending if you could. Now they'll probably do it.
So Keene's going to head to the sideline. He's got Johnson in front of him. Inbound play goes to Woodard. Woodard wide open for three. Offensive rebound. Keene's gonna reset.
There you go. A couple of mental mistakes, but it didn't burn him.
77-63 the score. We're gonna head into immediate timeout. When we come back, we're gonna come back to the Elam ending where the target score is 85. More info on that on the other side of the break. You're watching again the TBT on FS1. Back here at the Charles Koch Arena on the campus of Wichita State University. We got an exciting game. Elam ending right here between the AfterShocks and Challenge ALS and partner. Let's go over the Elam ending rules real quick.
Yeah, they're right in front of you. First stoppage under 4 minutes. That game clock turns off. 8 points is added to the team's leading score. And that puts that target at 85 points now. So the first team to reach 85 points wins the game. So every single game under the Elam ending ends on a made basket.
We've had a lot of great experiences here early, but you and I actually got to meet Professor Elam moments ago. The great and powerful Oz he's got to face. 2 seconds on the shot clock. Woodard pulls up. Rebound, ball is loose. Picked right back up by the Shocks. Keene for three. Offensive rebound, Goodwin. Goodwin in traffic. Chavez Goodwin, offensive rebound and a quick putback. 79-63 the score. And a three-pointer from DJ Horn. That's going to keep the crowd silent just for a slight second, if anything. 85 is the target score.
ALS is small right now with this lineup. They've seen him getting beat up on the glass. You're going to have a gang rebounding mentality for your ALS.
Driving coast to coast. Look at the defense by Woodard. Bats it away. The kick out to Rodriguez. Wide open three for Weathers. No good. Picked right back up by Woodard. And that's going to come out of play. Rodriguez very handsy defensively today.
Yeah, the effort, you can feel the desperation from ALS. All this entire fourth quarter and obviously the Elam ending been really, really flying around. And so Nike Sabande just got a nice long break. Sat down at about the 5-minute mark, so he's got a nice opportunity to catch his breath, and he'll probably be on the floor to close the rest of this thing out. He has been the best player on the floor. He's got 22, and he's got the rock right now.
He's been one of the best players we've seen in this regional. 22 points tonight. Step back three. Another trifecta. Nike Sabande. 5 for 6 now from beyond the arc. He's at 25 points. That's going to be a foul against the Shocks. Boy, I tell you, Nike Sabande, what a game.
Incredible. All off the bench, which is something he's used to. He was the ACC's Sixth Man of the Year in 2023. And there's an art to that, coming off the bench and putting your fingerprints on the game.
Fingerprints, toe prints, he's been everywhere. Johnson over to Weathers. Weathers driving to the hole, bucket, and it counts. Under duress, Michael Weathers silences this crowd yet again. 82-68 now the score.
Both Weathers brothers, those guys are just a handful, getting the head of steam at the rim, finishing. You'd imagine some sort of full court pressure will come. The AfterShocks can have an opportunity to win it with a three here. But sometimes this is where people get too hyper-focused on. Just because you're 3 points away from it doesn't mean you have to hunt a three right now. Well, it certainly could take a good one, though.
Well, it looks like they want it to go into the hands of Sabande. Or Keene, he's been effective. Sabande, excellent defense by Weathers. The pull-up, offensive rebound, and a foul. And that's going to go against Johnson.
That's the third offensive rebound given up from Challenge ALS in this Elam ending, because they're playing small right now because they're trying to speed the game up, switch these different screens, and credit the AfterShocks. They've really controlled the glass for the majority of this game. Plus 16 on the glass are the AfterShocks.
I mean, the offensive rebounding numbers are unbelievable. 14 offensive boards to Challenge ALS's 4. First free throw attempt by McDuffie is good. Narrows the gap.
Obviously just 2 points away.
So with that foul, it's a free throw and possession, in case you folks at home were wondering why. Wide open, Goodwin. Goodwin with the basket, and it counts. Chavez Goodwin calls game tonight, ending Challenge ALS's run. Chavez Goodwin in the right place at the right time. That inbounds play was effective. Goodwin, the game winner tonight.
Pretty nice execution on the baseline out of bounds situation. You get multiple guys running with James Woodard as he's going to the corner because he's such a dynamite three-point shooter. No talk, and Goodwin's able to slip to the basket and finish this thing off for the AfterShocks.
9 points on the night, but those 2 points, the biggest ones of the evening for the AfterShocks as they move on to the next round. Let's take a look at that play again. Heads-up play, Marcus Keene with the inbound. Weathers tried everything that he could to deny Goodwin the inbounds, but he stuck with it, uncontested, calls game. AfterShocks now have a date with Forever Cougs in the next round. $85-68 your final score. There's going to be some partying in Wichita tonight. Might be Sunday fun day, but you might have a couple of people calling out sick on Monday morning from work. I know I will.
Heck of a performance from the AfterShocks.
Folks, we're going to take a quick break. More in just a moment. AfterShocks defeat Challenge ALS 85-68.
25, 7 of 9, 5 of 6, 6 of 7. Not bad.
Yes, sir. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad.
Not bad at all.
AfterShocks defeat challenge ALS by a score of 85-68. My name's Christian Filliman, known as Philly. I'm with Nick Bod, known as Slick. But we're sitting with the player of the game today, Nike Sabande. Nike, you had a tremendous game today. Nick and I talked about this earlier. You came on from Zoo Crew last year to a team that had a lot of talent that's played with one another. But you've quickly assimilated to this team, and you've been an important part of AfterShocks' run in this tournament.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's definitely been a great addition to the team. Thank you for everybody here welcoming me in. It's been amazing so far, and I'm just looking forward to, keeping it going to these next games and getting to that championship, man. One game at a time, though.
What do you think the most important thing has been for your ability to mesh so well so quickly? Because it's hard, especially when guys like Fran Camp and Kelly and McDuffie have played together. Yeah. What's been the catalyst for you to smoothly settle in?
Man, for me personally, it's been just getting to know these guys, personally. Outside the basketball court, we got a good relationship. A lot of these guys I kind of was familiar with before I came here. But just getting to know each other, hanging out outside of basketball and just having a good friendship outside of basketball, and it carries over onto the court.
The numbers you put up were insane. You hardly missed today. At what point during the game did you say to yourself, I got this? That basket is now 20 feet wide open.
I just before I came in the game, I was just my coaches told me, from the start, just be aggressive, be yourself. You know what I'm saying? So just wanted to come out and be aggressive, shoot the ball, and get my teammates involved and just bring that energy that we need for sure.
You were the sixth man of the year in college. You're coming off the bench here. Mm-hmm. That's not easy. It's not the easiest thing in the world to come in and get involved right away. What's the secret to your ability to do that?
Man, just staying ready, staying professional and staying ready. In any situation, everything's not going to be just, green. So,
Yeah.
you know, through all the hard times, just staying ready, staying professional, and just not worrying about the situation, just going out there and playing basketball.
You're out of Indianapolis, Indiana. Crispus Attucks is where you went to high school.
Yes, sir.
I'm sure you got a lot of people back home that are thrilled. What do you have to say to them in terms of the performance you've had and the love that you've gotten thus far in this tournament?
Man, shout out all my people from Indy. Much love for all you guys. You know, just want to continue to, you know, put on for my city and all my fans. Shout out to everybody watching. Let's keep it going.
This is now your second time playing in the TBT.
Mm-hmm.
It's a unique event on a variety of levels.
Very.
But that Elam ending in particular is just different. Just what makes it unique to play in this tournament?
Oh, it's just the whole event by itself. You know, the whole event all around. Playing for $1 million it can change a lot of people's lives. You know what I'm saying? So people got kids. You know, people got things to do in real life. So it's serious basketball out here. You know what I'm saying? People going to be scrappy. They're going to be aggressive. They're going to fight. And you just got to be ready to accept that challenge.
I know what you're probably going to give me the media answer here. Have you allowed yourself to think about what you would do with the winnings? Have you even allowed yourself to think about that yet?
I haven't. I just want to, you know, take care of each game at a time. You know what I'm saying? One game at a time. You know, I know that's a cliche answer.
No, that's the right answer, though. That's the right answer.
But, you know, just trying to really take it one game at a time
Sure.
and not look at the prize. You know what I'm saying? So it's one winner, you know, and we trying to get there. So one game at a time and just staying ready.
Nike, we just want to say thank you so much for your time. Excellent game. We're looking forward to your performance on Tuesday against Forever Cougs. Good luck the rest of the tournament.
Thank you.
Congratulations on such a stellar performance.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate you guys so much.
Got
man.
it. Good game, Nike.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So much talent in this TBT tournament. We just got blessed, sitting right next to Nike Sabande. Let's take a look at the bracket. As I mentioned, Forever Cougs are going to take on the AfterShocks. That game is going to be on Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. With all the different time zones you and I have been on, I had to just look at the screen. And then, of course, the winner of the Wichita Regional is going to take on the winner of the Kansas City Regional. But you and I are going to be back here for the call. Forever Cougs and AfterShocks, that's going to be a dynamite game.
Forever Cougs put on quite a show today, especially shooting the ball from beyond the arc. They were 12 of 20 from three. Weren't sure what you'd see with this revamped Forever Cougs roster, but boy, did they look pretty good. But I was very impressed with the AfterShocks. And in particular, the guy we just talked to, along with Leighton Hammonds, James Woodard, Marcus Keene, even Santos Silva today, a lot of the newcomers, if you will, for the AfterShocks really make this a team that is a force to be reckoned with. But Forever Cougs, they got that winning DNA. It's going to be really, really fun to see that game on Tuesday night here in Wichita.
Let's take a look at our upcoming schedule. TBT on Fox Monday and Tuesday. There you see it Monday on FS2. Green Mountain Men going to take on Stars of Stars. That's going to be fun. UConn versus Vermont. And then we've got We Are D3 versus Bayheim's Army on FS2. A couple hours later on Tuesday, Everline Drive taking on La Familia. What a game they had. A lot of fight in them. And then on Tuesday, of course, Indianapolis Round 3, Tuesday at 8 p.m. All of these games are going to be on FS2, and all of those times, of course, are on Easter. There we see some of the AfterShocks fans, a couple of the highlights right here. Look, we've had a tremendous game right here. As you see, next game, Green Mountain Men of Vermont taking on Stars of Stars. Folks, thank you so much. Our final score today, AfterShocks 85, Challenge ALS 68. For Nick Baugh and our production crew, I'm Christian Filliman. Thanks for watching. Good night from Wichita, Kansas.